All right, and we are live, and we're not doing an RPG Day video. Woohoo! I can't believe it. So, this is episode 4 of Lamentations of the Martian Princess, which I have decided to call "We're Not in Kansas Anymore," because you certainly are not at this particular point. So, the 30-second recap would be that you got these orbs or etheric conduits or whatever you want to call them.
Mm-hmm.
You got them from this ruin that Cyrus led you to. You met this guy Daniel, who Cyrus said was part of his old party. This guy, at the same exact time, you guys actually had this device open that seemed to open up portals to different times or different realities. You know, you're not quite sure which, but one of the portals, or you saw a vision of Vesta. Here's the city you came from, and this guy Daniel actually ran through there, screaming about, we're saying home. He wanted to go home. Looked like. And so nobody stopped him. Nobody chased him. The portal, vanished, and you guys went home. But things just aren't quite right. Because as you walked through the streets of Vesta, you were accosted by guards first. You get to the house of Sarathsanes, and Asper, and nobody else there remembers anybody except Parthalion. And Parthalion, as far as they know, has been missing for 2 years, and presumed dead. That was quite surprising. But they let you in. They're very happy to see Parthalion. And then, right around the end of the night, you hear a ruckus, and people are a little upset, or a lot upset, because you go in there. There's some of the city guard that they're grabbing some of the people in the house of Saracenes, and you realize throughout the city. And Asper just explains to you, well, this is for the sacrifice. I said daily sacrifice at the time during the game because I had to make something up, and then I realized, oh man, the whole city would be dead in about a week. So it's more like monthly sacrifice. They didn't periodic sacrifices. And Thane valiantly tried to stop them, but this did not work so well. Yeah, that's kind of how it's left off. It's the doors closed.
And now the city worships the god Anu. I remember this detail. Right. Because previously we would worship Bela, who was the good god.
Right.
So this explains the sacrifice to a degree.
And the Artha, the Antha seem to serve the humans.
Oh yes, that is an important detail I did forget. The Antha, the violet Antha in the area that you're in, all the ones you've seen, they seem to be emaciated. They were working out, in the fields late at night outside the city. They appear to have some servants in the house of Saracenes, but they look terrible. And this is a race that subjugated humanity.
And have we seen any Talons since we got back? Are they also?
You have not.
Okay.
So really, what's wrong with this whole setup? I mean, it sounds pretty good to me.
I know. That's what Chosimba and Asper's dining and whatever in the dining hall right now.
Yes, discussing that. That's right. So.
Do we segue to the dining hall with Asper and Chosimba? What do we do?
Oh.
No. As soon as Thane picks his jaw up on the floor, off the floor, I'll go into the dining room and follow Asper and try to find a seat to sit down and take stock of the situation.
Yeah, I am. Jasimba's just eating whatever's offered there, and he has no real concern about the situation.
Oh, there are figs and dates and grapes, and there's no vinya
no. Well, yeah, that's Umanak's thing. But so just enjoying himself in this new situation and trying to see how we can make the most of it.
So Parthalion asks Asper, fetch us some wine if you would be so kind. We have much to discuss, it seems.
Of course, but are you feeling well? I should call for a doctor in the morning. You do not seem yourself.
It has been a long time since I've been to this place. A long, strange journey.
The master will want to know about this.
And Parthalion is a very, as you can see, elderly and frail man, not used to the rigors of the road and adventuring, so to speak. So yes, he needs some rest and recuperation from our recent journey.
I presume you've been taking care of him, Master Jasimba?
As best I can, as well as the others. I mean, I will not take full responsibility for that, but we have all been, yes, keeping him comfortable. Well, Isn't that so, Brad? Isn't that so, Brad?
Aye. He's not dead. He merely smells that way.
Asper actually laughs at that, and goes out. Has a couple of other servants fetch some wine. People are still a little bit shaken up by the guards coming in and taking essentially a couple of their number, but seems to be dying down a little bit at that point. It is late at this point.
Okay, Asper, have you heard of the whereabouts of a young man named Pytor?
And as he comes back to the servants, Pytor, I can't say that I recall the name, sir.
Interesting. Okay, Thane stands up and stretches and walks over to the window and looks out. I'm trying to get a vantage point to where the guards may have taken the couple. And down, I'm assuming down toward the palace is where I'm looking. See if there's any fires alight or anything else.
You can see you can't see the servants that were actually taken out of this building. You do see some more guards walking through the street. They do have some people that appear to be rather unhappy about their current condition, being tied up, and they are taking them towards a temple area, not necessarily towards the palace itself, but you can see.
Okay. Well, I'll walk and open the door and walk out.
It is late. It's now like you're talking about close to midnight.
Okay.
But if you want to go out,
if I see them walking with the couple, I'll hail them. Guards.
The couple that they took out of this place is long gone.
Oh no! I mean, I thought you just said I saw them taking another.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! No, you do. Yeah, there's some more guards with some more.
Yeah, if they're within shouting range, I'm gonna hail them and try to get their attention. So.
Okay. And one of them turns. What is it?
What is it? Have you seen a lad about? And I give a description. About so tall, his name goes by the name of Pytor.
Pytor? You mean Pytor of the Guard?
Yes, I believe so. I have business with him. Just wonder if you might know where he is.
And a couple of guys confer with each other. It's like, not now. Do you want us to send a message?
A message? Yes, if you could. Tell him that Thane is at Master Starosny's abode, and which is the same whenever he gets a chance. And I'll let you carry on with your work. Good day, gentlemen. Or good night, rather.
And a couple of guys go back in. A couple of guys, they start talking amongst themselves, and you see one guy look. It's like, nah, couldn't be. But yeah, we'll have him talk to you tomorrow. And one of them gives you another sideways glance, really kind of curiously. And the other guy looks at him. You can hear him say, "You're just imagining things."
Uh-oh.
All right. Good night.
Maybe they already sacrificed Thane in this place.
I say good night and back up and shut the door or whatever like
that. I believe that tomorrow in the morning we should try and talk to Jared. See if he is also as changed as everything else in here.
So it seems we must determine what has changed. Not how, but, well, how, yes, but perhaps more properly when. I shall have a look at the library here at Master Sarosthenes' house. And
would you like some company, Raphael?
Yes, we should inquire, look for the books from history.
Yes,
if we remember the divergence, perhaps, from that history which we remember. It seems our folk have the upper hand in this place, but at what cost? monthly lottery, and who knows how many people sacrificed each month. It's a steep price to pay.
Maybe. But yes, let's. I will assist you. I know your eyes are probably failing, and you could use the help. So I will assist you.
All right. So the two of you are going to go through the library, and the other two?
Well, Thane sits down back at the table, and he takes a date or two and drinks a little wine. He's looking around for any subtle differences in the furnishings, or maybe writings on the wall, or anything that may tip him off as to what is different around here. Religious indicators or anything else. Icons on the wall or anything.
Why don't you give me an intelligence roll? This is where you want to get the D20 that actually rolls low.
There you go. All right. 16.
Okay, and your intelligence is not quite that high, is it?
No.
I tell you,
it's 13, but there you go.
Okay, yeah.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
You do this like subtle little things.
Round 2.
Things seem different. You can't quite put your finger on it. Some of the objects that you've seen just look a little bit different. But there's nothing that you really can like put your finger on. Just everything just seems a little strange. I mean, you don't know this house super well, like from the time you were in it, but it does. There are things that just seem a little bit different. The clothes are a little bit different. The furnishings are just a little bit different. But you're having trouble like putting it all together. Like there's something you're not quite getting.
Okay.
So things are definitely a little odd. And Brad, what are you doing?
Brad is basically he asks first he asks Asper if there's anything that used to be alive to eat some meat. Is all these fruits gonna make him anemic? And then he sets about retouching the edge of his sword since he was hacking at a metal thing, making sure that his shield and armor are in working condition. He's just sure that things are gonna go to hell soon, so he's gonna take care of his gear.
And no short order, like a servant like brings a little platter, and it's got a roasted animal on it. At least obviously been cold. It's cold. It's been allowed to cool a little bit. There's something that's like in the pantry, and it says 6 legs.
Excellent.
But, as it should.
The right number. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so he pushes some of the platter in the table, and right in that table he's like his sword and his knife, and taking care of his equipment.
Plenty of drumsticks.
Nice.
Thane asked Asper very quickly if Javed is still in business.
Javed, I believe he is. He was in business yesterday.
Just wondering. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've been out, and I do know he has competition. So,
as do all the merchants. Good evening. I will be retiring.
Good night.
He bids you good night. And so the two wizards. Are you going to the library itself?
Do you want to go in the morning, Parthalion, after you've had a good night's rest? You do look very weary.
Well,
I wouldn't want you to make a mistake in any interpretation of the history due to fatigue.
Ooh, in your face.
Well, I'm not that addle-headed yet. Let's have a look. At least get a sense of what tomes are available.
As you wish.
Well, the library itself looks familiar and unfamiliar all at the same time. Some of the books are a little bit different. You can see some of the history books are missing. Other history books seem to be in their place. A lot of the books that he has there are about the same, but yeah, it's definitely the library, just a little bit different. Familiar but unfamiliar all at the same time.
Right.
Of course, to Jasimba, he's never been there before, so it looks pretty awesome. This is a damn divine library. It's the envy.
Yes, I'd like to do a quick search while Barthalion is roaming around and see if there's anything that really stands out to me.
Yeah, I'll start like a little search. If it's midnight, then probably like go for about an hour and then retire. Depending on what we find.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe skimming books, trying to see if I can make any sense of. At least round it down. Is this things changed for like hundreds of years? Is it like fairly recent? I don't know.
Gotcha. There's at least a couple books that really catches Josima's eye that look like they're pretty useful books in terms of like magical research.
Okay.
The kind of thing that you can pour over and really, come up with some understanding some more of the.
I'll take note of where they are, but I'm not going to pull them from the shelves. But what I will do, though, Jacinda will just kind of what's the word, surreptitiously pull books out to see if there's any sort of hidden compartments or secret door activations or anything like that.
Gotcha. Okay. You have not found anything like that in your searches,
Mm-hmm. All right.
But as Parthalion looks through the history texts, especially themselves, some things look different. Like especially according to, about the war. Now, a lot of the books, about the war itself were kind of sketchy at best because, as you recall before, it was just incredibly devastating. These books seem a little bit different. It's you start to get this piece together, fragmented history of the war, which is approximately 350 years ago, give or take. But the war itself, you start to see reference to the decline of the Violet Antha just prior to the war. There was some sort of cataclysm. The words are just a little bit off. There's some reference to infestation and a plague of the Antha, and then also that the war was waged against the Great Race by it keeps on mentioning the Azi and by the Greys. The Azi is AZI,
Mm-hmm.
and that they joined with the humans, and the humans were recruited or equal partners in the war against the Great Race. But that the war itself was incredibly devastating.
And it seems like the word Grace and Asi is referring to the same type of being, or two different types of beings.
It seems that they're the same sort of being. And the Azi are more frequently referred to, and sometimes they're called the Sky Lords.
Oh. Interesting.
But there's a lot of reference to the war, a lot of reference to the devastation. Things that are missing. There's like almost no real reference to the Scarans, except that they started to vanish right around the time of the war. But like you don't see any other reference to them, and normally you would see reference to them in the books.
Mm-hmm.
As more like the history of humankind post apocalypse, for lack of a better word.
Yes.
But there's plenty of history that seems familiar in terms of like the history of Vesta, in terms of Paragon.
Uh-huh.
But some things are a little bit different. Like the whole Antha and Talon part is just missing. And
while he's doing that, I'll just be going around the room, and Jacinda will make comments about, well, this is a somewhat impressive library your master has here, Barthalion. Of course, not as impressive as the one that my mistress, my Darth Luxa mistress, Nashnahel has, but there might be some things of interest here that maybe one day you and I could go over, if your master would be willing to share some of his knowledge.
Well, I suppose at some point we will have to consult all the wise, and if we cannot piece together important details here, then perhaps consultation with the wise would be a good idea, and we could go visit her someday. But look at this. There is reference here to a plague as some sort of catalyst, or perhaps a turning point here.
Oh, yes. Go on.
A plague. Because, you see...
I'm listening.
Our hypothesis is that this man, Daniel, traveling to some point in the past, has caused this escalating change across the intervening years. And
what was that? Sorry. I'm sorry. What?
A plague, man. Haven't you been listening?
Oh, yes. Every single word, yes.
Well, this is something that one man could transmit. A disease. It is a seldom occurs, thanks be to Bella. And when he mentions Bella, he looks around, but many living beings in such close quarters. Perhaps
you're getting yourself quite worked up, Bartholomew. Maybe you need some rest, I think.
But the plague. Listen.
Yes. The book will still be here in the morning. You've been up quite a long time. You need your rest. I can see the fatigue on your face. Come, let me help you to your chambers, and we'll forget about all this for the night. We can share this with our companions in the morning.
Perhaps you're right. I should retire. It is late.
Yes. It is.
There'll be time to figure this out, and even if we do, what is to be done 350 years later?
Yes, of course. Let's get you something warm to drink. Maybe some more milk before you go to bed. Or something like
that fatigue is a pretty awful thing. Sometimes I think you ought to roll a saving throw right about now.
Okay.
Against magic. Sometimes that fatigue can get a person a little bit worked up.
Oh, a 19 is
okay.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, you feel a bit of a tingle, but nothing happens. Almost as something was trying to enter your mind for a moment.
Oh, see, okay. I haven't ever contacted the Sleestacks by myself. They contact me, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
They just told me to wait further instructions. So he takes the milk and retires and goes to bed.
Can he find his room since the house is different?
Oh yes, it's left just as if like a young, your oldest child went to college, and it's just been the teddy bears on the bed and everything, waiting his return.
Nice.
Well, Thane and Bran's been in the dining hall, right? Asper's already scuttled off.
Oh, yeah, he scuttled off to bed. He scuttled off to bed.
Okay. Well, Thane's recollecting who last had the node.
Oh,
where would that be? Is that in the baggage we brought in, or is it with a?
Oh, it's in the baggage you brought. I mean, actually, you guys had Arius and Thuvian carry those things because they were awful heavy. So
okay.
And those two just went back off the bed. They're just haven't been that interested. I mean, they're a little freaked out, but
okay. Well, Bran, Thane eats another date and chews on it, and then looks at Bran and says, "It's an awful shame for us to go face down an elephant and go through the troubles we have with you dispatching that automaton to not get paid for our endeavors." He said, "Javed is still in business. Perhaps in the morning we can. He'll still be interested in the node."
Agreed.
So,
he's the man we should speak to. Although from what I've seen here, he might not even recognize us.
Granted, but he may still have an interest in the node as an artifact. And if not him, maybe someone else, one of his competitors. First
Agreed.
thing? Okay.
We should maybe ask around what the reputation of the different houses are, the Clarion, the Thorn, and so on. Maybe they are also different. We don't want to walk into an ambush.
And one may pay a higher price and be more legitimate. You have a good point. Asper should know this. We should probably approach him in the morning to get that information before we don't want to waste our time going from person to person, from buyer to buyer.
Agreed. Checks the edge.
Oh. All right. Early in the morning, and Thane stands up. We'll see you then, my friend, when he goes off to find his room.
Right on. Everybody's, at this point, I'm assuming everybody's going to sleep through the night, more or less.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you got other plans.
I do not at this particular point. So the morning you all served breakfast.
Yep.
Is not ostentatious, but it's a nice breakfast.
All right.
Good do. So, what's our plan today, gentlemen?
Oh, Master Josimba.
Oh, please. Just Josimba's good. I don't go for these ostentatious.
Josimba, it is then.
Thank you very much.
Brent and I were speaking last night, and Thane looks around to make sure nobody's in earshot of this. Our little endeavor to pick up the device for Javed was still worth the pay. What do you and Master Parthalion think of us going to try to get paid for acquiring it? Perhaps if Javed doesn't want to pay, another one may.
Yes, I agree with this line of thought. Well thought out. I wouldn't have thought you capable of it, but quite impressed.
Thank you. Thane rolls his eyes. Master Parthalion, what say you?
Are
you awake? Are you all right?
I am still.
He seems deep in thought. He's troubled.
A bit tired. We have procured 2 of the nodes. If you wish to conclude this bargain, make sure we keep one. There may be other uses for it. We must make sure to have at least one.
Yes.
Hold back at least one.
Perhaps the study of one could help us understand what exactly is going on here.
Perhaps.
But perhaps. And we may need money to follow through with any investigation into that fact as well. So selling one should be fine.
About that time, Cyrus stumbles into the dining hall. Looks a little disheveled.
Yes. Drunk?
Looks like no, not drunk, just a little disheveled.
Okay.
And he comes in. He walks right over. Grabs a couple eggs, and starts chowing on them. That's sort of hard-boiled eggs. He goes, "You noticed how strange this place is?
There's something off." Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We thought you'd feel right at home.
What's that supposed to mean?
Thane surprises me sometimes with his wit.
She goes, it's time we should go get some money for these, eh? You get one, you got 2?
If Javed remembers hiring us.
What do you mean if he remembers hiring us? Of course he remembers hiring us, right?
You yourself said it was strange here. We don't know what we're encountering.
Yes.
But yes.
And he leans right over to Bran, looks and points and think there's something wrong with him. What do you think?
They may have dropped him as a child, but he's a worthy fighter.
We just thought he was a little crazy. But he wouldn't recognize us. It's insane.
Haven't you noticed everyone here is different? These people didn't recognize us when we arrived, and we had been staying here.
Are you sure you have the right house?
Yes.
Is Chosimba still sporting his aluminum hat as well as Cyrus?
Cyrus this morning is not wearing his hat. He doesn't wear a hat.
Oh,
no, I folded that up carefully before I retired last night.
Right. And no conehead jokes.
No conehead.
Okay. Thane fills his belly with the breakfast, and he stands up. And is Asper in the room still eating with us?
He is not.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Asper appears actually to be conducting business in the house.
Okay.
Quite a bit of hustle and bustle going on, actually.
Okay. Gentlemen, I believe I'm going to search down Asper and find out if Chosimba is still at the location that we remember.
Javed, not Chosimba.
Yeah, Chosimba is.
Yes,
right
and get a little information.
The thing I love about Thane is he's like my grandmother. My grandmother couldn't remember any of our names to save her life. It was called every other male relative's name. That's kind of Thane's deal. He just can't remember anybody's name. I like that.
Exactly.
Oh, well, I've unplugged my headphones. Hold on for a second. I can't hear a word you're saying. That's better.
And maybe ask her to give us a little bit more in depth on who we should take a note to.
Yeah, it's not very hard to track him down, but he is quite busy. Just
Okay. Well, I'll go about doing that. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Master Parthalia, you probably forgot this, but remember how excited you were last night about some of the things you read in the library?
Yes.
I tell the others that, yes, he was quite agitated by what he read in the library last night. But I put that down to fatigue. I think he could probably explain what he found now this morning after having a good night's rest and some breakfast. Go ahead.
Well, quite simply, I believe our history has changed. The portal we opened up seems to have led to this world's past. And Daniel's passage to the past appears to have triggered a series of events that have led to this sweeping change before us. Now, there's mention in there of a plague striking the Antha prior to the war 350 years ago. And it occurs to me that perhaps one man serving as a plague bearer could be a possible explanation for the change which has come. There are mentions of other beings which I do not recognize from history, this Azir or Greys, and there is no reference to Scarans in the history. So there have been a great many changes, but I am uncertain what, if anything, we can do about this.
Why should we?
Well, think of the price.
The Scarans apparently are gone? The Antha are enslaved?
Yes, I agree those are two good things, but at the price of human lives every month and the worship of the Dark God.
God, good God, light God, please. I think things are for the better here in some ways. Yes, there's a couple of trifling things going on, like the sacrifices and all that. But I don't think it's worth trying to change things. You don't know the damage we could do if we try to put things back the way they were. I imagine that playing around with time is a messy business.
Seems to be.
Wait, did we do this? I thought it was some foul sorcery from those relics in that cave.
Well, unfortunately, you haven't caught up with us, have you, Bran? I can see that, yes. If, as Master Parthalion is saying, that Daniil went into the past and somehow started this plague that killed off, as you said, what, a vast majority of the population, or the Antha?
Appears to have at least caused the decline of the Antha, yes.
Yes. We would, A, have to find a way to go back into the past ourselves, yet again, stop Daniil from being this plague spreader. But if we changed anything accidentally while doing so, we could find ourselves in an even worse present. I think it's too risky, and maybe we should just take advantage of the situation that we've been presented with. Thane, what do you think?
Would you even know how to use that cursed relic to reverse this?
There you go. There's a very good point our equine fragranced friend has mentioned. Yes, we don't even know what would happen if we tried to use that device. It could make things much worse.
The node has been removed and its apparent power source. And further, the image has changed when we approached the device. I would have no idea how to calibrate the thing precisely to the
how to what?
period we need. To adjust it, to make it perform exactly as before.
To set it up.
Yes. Exactly. And really, what assistance could we count on in this world? Are we going to go to someone and say, the world is not as it should be, and we want to go back into the past and put it right? How do you know the people that are alive now won't be alive when we set things right?
Well, for certain, those in power wouldn't want to change back, so we can
Exactly. So who would help us? What, the poor, the suffering, those who are being downtrodden?
Well, I'm sure the Antha bastards would be glad to.
We would have no help.
We would go get help from the Antha?
Even our friend Asper here has no memory of us, or at least a different memory.
Exactly.
Perhaps you're right, Jasimba. Perhaps what is best to do is accept our fate and learn to make the best of it.
Wise words, brother. All wise words, yes. So, what shall we do then with this brave, strange world that we find ourselves in?
I'd say Thane is right in one thing. We should try and talk and approach Javed to see if he's still willing to purchase these damn things.
True. Yes.
He better be. We risked our lives for that. And like all of a sudden, Cyrus just breaks out of the stupor he's in.
Cyrus looks around. He looks around, and Thane's not there. Y'all know Thane's have already exited to go find Asper.
Asper's easy to find.
Yeah, which is about right now. Asper.
Yes, there.
If I were to ask you about Yaved last night,
yes.
He's in business. What other houses are in business right now?
Well, besides the Clarion, there is the Thorn. There is, of course, the Falcon, and there's
the Falcon, indeed.
And there is a Spider, which is dubious at best.
Yes. Who would you recommend, my friend, that would pay the best? And I'll offer the fairest deal.
For the fairest deal for what? Well,
for anything. I have to sell some supplies that they may, have a need of, and I need some coin. So I need some luma.
Well, Javed is a shyster, but the Clarion is a house that Master generally deals with. The Falcon I would not trust. I would not trust. And the Thorn, well, they are cordial enough. They're all criminals, really.
Yes, but it's the lesser evil. So the Clarion then?
Yeah, Master deals with Javed, fair enough.
Okay. Okay. That's who I had in mind and why I first asked. I just wanted to double check with you. I appreciate the information.
Of course, of course.
Thane turns around and heads to find Thule and Arius.
So Arius and Thuvian are pretty much in the room cleaning up their swords, rechecking their armor.
Okay.
They're both a little freaked out.
Man, where'd you put the baggage that you'd carry in? One in particular.
Right here, sir. It just points right over to the bags.
All right. Then he walks over there and swipes it up.
Well, 80 pounds of it.
Oh.
I remember that.
Yes, I was thinking it was 40 when we got two. All right.
You can certainly pick up one, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I want to take one out and put it into. I'm looking around for another bag.
You absolutely. There's plenty.
Okay. I put it in the other bag with his help, Thuvian's help, and I said, "Get Arius. If he's still in the room, I just alert him." And we've got a little trip to make. Y'all, hurry up, bring that along, and follow me to the dining hall. And then I close the door and walk out and go join the other party.
All right. They join you in short order.
All right. Thane sits back down at the end of their conversation. So we're all in agreement. I've got the item, and I spoke with I'm drawing a blank. Asper. I spoke with Asper, and he still recommends the Clarion House. So Javed still seems our best bet for an honest deal.
Yes, we've been discussing matters as they stand, and there is a very high likelihood. In fact, I would say it's almost a certainty that Javed will not remember sending us on this errand. However, he may be in the market for an item such as this. I mean, he is. This is the sort of stuff he deals in. I'm sure we can procure a price. He may not remember the specific assignment he sent us. It could affect the price that he offers. But
another possibility, if I might interject, Master Barthalion, is that perhaps we already exist here. Is that possible? Is this an alternate history, or?
Well, they recognize Barthalion in this house.
Oh, yes.
Is the
They's shaking his head and raising an eyebrow at Chosimba's words, and does like that, and walks away and leans over to Master Barthalion. We had two. I have one in the room. Did you want to take advantage of looking at it as we spoke before, researching it? If so, I can leave Arius here, and he can cart it to wherever you may need it taken to.
Yes, and, let's have him take it to the library, and we can, Master Chosimba and I can study it later.
Well, perhaps you stay here and study it now. I think, Chosimba, would you rather come along with us, and perhaps you can wheel and deal with Javed for a good price?
I would be pleased to do that, yes.
All right. Is this agreement with you, Master Barthalion?
Very well, very well.
It shouldn't take us that long.
Very well.
Brand, do you wish to come along?
Indeed. We don't know what we're gonna run into in the street.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe ourselves. Maybe ourselves.
I have no idea what he wants to, but he is a quick tongue, so maybe he can procure us a price.
Ourselves.
A price.
Cyrus looks. Ourselves. You think I'm at my own house? Oh. Ooh, I wonder what I have. Well, I should go there and find out. What if I have different stuff?
I wouldn't worry about being sacrificed in the lottery.
You're not all there yourself, Cyrus. So I wouldn't worry about it. Let's be on our way.
Yes.
So Ares brings this rather heavy thing to the library. I said, "This is where you want it."
Yes. Place it on the table. I shall proceed to examine it. Thank you.
What do you want me to do now? We're gonna get paid soon, right?
Yes. The men have gone to finalize the details of our contract, and you should be getting paid pretty soon.
I'm gonna go. Well, in that case, I gotta go see my wife. I'll be back.
That's fine.
So,
not gonna
just
go
be
buy
pretty.
it. Yeah.
But never mind.
in the meantime, our other intrepid explorers are going outside, right?
All right.
Fantastic. So who's actually going? We've got Jusimba. We've got Thing.
Yeah.
We've got Bren.
And Thubian.
And we're bringing Thubian along. Okay, wonderful. I'll tell you what.
He's carrying it.
The day is magnificent. Jupiter hangs giant in the sky, about the size of a large platter, and you can see it was probably, one of the moons going right by. It's enormous. The only problem is it didn't used to be high in the sky.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
Uh-oh.
Josimba's I'm gonna put my hood up. I don't want to be recognized.
Well, we don't recognize Jupiter as Jupiter, so this would be. I mean, as far as
That's very
something.
But you go out there and there's the sun in the sky, and there's this giant disk. And you know exactly what it looks like, just hanging in the sky. And it's not moon size. It's like large platter size.
Thane sees that and stops for a minute, just gazes at it. Thubian bumps into him, but he's awestruck.
Yeah, because we've all seen Star Wars. It does not look like you're that as close as you are, as if you were a moon of Jupiter. But it's enormous. Clearly, you're right. You're really close to this. I mean, and Jusimba, you would know just from history that the kind of people have pieced together, especially from what they've learned from the Antha, that Mars is a planet. It revolves around the sun. There are these other things like Jupiter and Earth, the presumed home of mankind. They are other worlds. It seems kind of preposterous, but that seems to be the case from what the Antha told you.
So how did our planet get so close to Jupiter? Rather strange.
So whatever you guys did, whatever you all did with that evil sorcerer's relic, seems to have had quite the widespread effect.
Indeed, my friend. Thane snaps out of it and let us go. Let us get here. We can speak with Master Parthalion when we get back about this. This is strange indeed.
And Parthalion, yourself, as you're examining this object, I would have you make a saving throw again versus magic.
I'm guessing a 5 is not good enough.
That is not so good.
It is not.
You need to wear one of those aluminum hats.
I was thinking about it. Yeah.
Right. So as you're gazing at this thing, and it's humming just a little bit. You've messed with it just a little bit where it starts to hum and glow, and all of a sudden you kind of feel that intrusion into your mind, and you're all of a sudden kind of like things go black for a moment, and you can hear that sound, that kind of familiar hissing at this point, and you hear against you have the etheric conduit. you must bring it to us.
Well, so these guys haven't changed.
Where are you? Where should I bring it?
And they describe a location, and they could say the catacombs. They describe a location. You're actually like almost shown a location, and you realize that it's in catacombs right in the area around Eliam's house. Like when you were standing above the Stewart grate, for lack of a better word, there were catacombs underneath the house, and they're kind of giving you this location, and it's accessible from the street. Like there are ways to get down into those catacombs. So they're kind of showing you an area. They want you to bring it.
That's
cool that they project the address of the GPS.
Can I communicate with them? Like, say, are you aware of the change 350 years ago or so?
We are aware of the war. We require the device for the machine. You will bring it to us tonight.
But do you remember the Scarans? And when the Antha ruled Vesta?
The Scarans are of no importance. The Antha are but simple parasites. We require the device for the machine.
I will bring you the device. When?
You will bring it to us this evening.
This evening, yeah. This evening.
This evening. And they projected time. It's clearly closer to, like, after dark.
Okay.
You're not getting like times, but you're getting like an idea.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And
so in the meantime, I'll just keep trying to study it. I doubt that I'll get anything else, but I lay out books on the tables and put, I don't know, candlesticks to hold the pages open while I try to compare it to anything.
Well, the books that you get, and then we'll segue right to our other fine heroes. Mm-hmm. The books that you get. Well, this isn't a Etheric Conduit. This is an ode. This is these items actually power quite a bit of technology.
Excellent.
But as you're reading these books, you realize that's not what they used to say. They would refer to things as objects of mystery. These books are referred to them as though they are commonplace.
Oh, excellent.
Like they are not a and they do talk about the danger of using them improperly calibrated.
Oh, excellent. So I'll take the opportunity to start reviewing old spell books that I know Sosthenes has to see if the language and the terminology have changed to a more technological approach. Although we were, I don't know.
It is. Well, I'll give you one last thing, because then you can go ahead and to your heart's content. But one of the last lines that's just a little bit puzzling and troubling, as they talk about the Etheric Conduits, is improper calibration can cause you to be noticed by things you would rather not be noticed by. It can attract attention of undesirable entities.
Excellent.
Proper caution should be exercised.
Cool.
So in the meantime, the other fellows are taking a nice jaunt down to the
House Clarion.
House Clarion, all right, over to Javed's. You're getting rather close to Javed's house when you hear a siren. It's the only way I can describe it is kind of an air raid siren sound. This is nothing that any of you have ever heard before, but it is incredibly loud.
Oh, I thought it was some singing that required a saving throw for a second.
No, that sounds like you hear this incredibly loud sound. Also, the next thing you hear are these just deafening sounds, and if you look overhead, you can see these beams of red light just flying from places you're not quite sure towards the city walls, but they're emanating from someplace else in the city.
What are the other people on the street doing?
Running like crazy. Right. You start to see like members of the militia running towards the city wall, the nearest city wall, where these beams of light seem to be like going towards, while the rest of the populace is running in a panic the other way.
So the beams are running. The beams are going toward the wall, and the people are running toward the wall.
The people running away from the wall. The militia is running towards the wall. You actually can hear this. You can hear these sounds. You're not quite sure. You haven't seen anything because you're in the house, but the air raid siren is quite loud, and the whatever's creating these beams of light is also rather deafening.
Okay, it's a culture shock for Thane. He pulled his weapon and starts circling the wagon, so to speak, with his comrades back to back, wondering what is going on when he sees all this stuff. Is there?
Why don't we just follow? Wait, you're getting too excited, Thane. Just follow the other people. They'll take us to safety. They know what they're doing. Yes. Whatever's obviously going on.
Or to a place where we can die like rats in a trap.
So what do we need? These lights, these beams that are coming through. Are they coming over any of them coming over the city walls, or we just see them?
Look over the city. Now that you're looking around, they seem to be coming from more than one place. You realize some of them are actually coming from the vicinity of the palace itself. A couple of other ones seem to be coming from the tops of some rather tall buildings. The beams look suspiciously familiar to the one that came out of whatever device that Cyrus had, but much larger. But they're all emanating from inside the city.
Cyrus, what do you know of this? Cyrus, what is this? And I grab him by his lapels and shake him around. Look!
He's like,
to the beams.
Yeah, functioning cannon. That's what those are. That's wild.
A cannon?
Oh, man. We must be in some serious trouble. I wonder what the heck they're shooting at.
This is an attack? Attack from who? Okay, I'm looking for anybody to grab them as they're running past to shake them down for some information.
Okay, yeah. You're able to grab a man that's just running like crazy, you know.
Okay, I rein him in, and what's going on here? Who's attacking?
Are you out of your mind? It's the Tharks. They broke into the wall. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go.
The Tharks, and Thane does know the Tharks, correct?
Yes, you're quite sure. You know what Tharks are.
Tharks, I get wide-eyed like that and look at Brand and just let him go. And I start backing up a couple of things. I think we better go.
Yeah, looking back,
you just may be right.
Wait, these people have been running from. You actually see what looks like a city guard flying through the air.
Gee whiz!
And then you can see the head of something that's clearly about maybe 10 feet tall. That just has another guy in two of his forearms holding it.
How far away is
no part of that?
Oh, this probably like a good 100 yards away.
Mm-hmm. Okay, right. Yeah, things backtracking. Come on, let's get out of here.
Yes. You should cover our rear as we run things.
Bran
readies his bow as he looks around.
I can't cover yours because that's all you are. And Bran's looking around, correct?
Yeah.
Thing's worried that Bran's going to make a stand there. But if you know,
we need to find a place where we can defend. Fighting them on open ground without a horse, it's death.
Yes, agree. Look at the size of them.
Yes. These are the wisest words I've heard you say.
So they've ranged. You can start to see they range to be slightly larger than men, probably about 7 feet tall. But some of these things got to be 12 feet tall. Not too many of the really big ones. But all of them just green forearms. They do not look awesome.
Are they wielding
for where the women and
weapons?
children are going?
What's your symbol looking for?
Looking for where the women and children are seeking cover.
Oh, that's quite easy. They're running the other way as fast as possible. People are running into buildings, closing up their houses.
I will try to get the other two to go in that direction too. Come. We must go. Look, these children and women obviously are going to be protecting. We should go and protect them.
Thuvian, let's get back to the House of Rosthenes and protect Master Parthalion in the house.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. They're not there yet.
Okay. Well,
So we start moving. We move out. Stop the conversation. Move out towards back to Bertaman's
right.
place.
You're moving towards the house Sarathines. Okay, well, you're going around one corner. Finally, you find yourself face to face with about 6 of these creatures. Looks like they've just dispatched some town guards.
6.
Now, the good news is none of them are really all that big.
Okay. Are they wielding multiple weapons? Because I know they got 4 arms, right?
They are not.
Okay. So they're not brandishing weapons. They're just...
That would make it tougher for them to run this limb from limb.
Well, I mean, hey, they got... Yeah.
If they had weapons, they could,
Oh, jeez. All right. How close are they? Can we skirt around them at all?
Or at least...
Or are they blocking the path?
Get the hell away from them.
They have seen you. You could run.
Yeah, that's... I would be having a rear guard and
run.
Sounds like a
run
plan.
as fast as possible.
Agreed.
Fantastic.
Yeah, start running. Bradley's away, and he's trying to find if they can find a way to circle around. At least, maybe we get stairs to the ceiling of a house, so we can hold the stairs or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you're able to find absolutely some stairs going to a roof of a house without a problem. You can absolutely get high ground on these guys.
Yeah, high ground and try to make them come at least one at a time.
Right. Oh, that's not a problem to actually do that. So like you get them there, they're still on your tail, but you've got one starting to come up these stairs at this point. The other ones.
So Brand, are you leading us toward Sarosity's house, or kind of willy nilly wherever you can?
No,
get?
well, he wouldn't know how to get to Sarosity's house through alleys, right? So he's searching for a defensible spot.
Yeah.
So the most logical is to climb to the roof of a house where they can climb only through a set of stairs, so we can face them one at a time.
Yeah, bottleneck them.
Yeah.
That's what you've done at this point.
Okay.
So you've only got one coming up these stairs at this point, and the other bunch are just down at the bottom. A few of them are throwing some rocks in your general direction, but none of the rocks are really all that big.
All right, so I'm gonna shoot at the guy who's approaching.
With a bow, right on.
Yeah. So do we need to roll initiative or?
You know what? I'll go have one free shot.
All right. Sounds good. You're in a good mood, man.
I am.
The blog must have been great.
Oh,
all right, that's 14 plus 4, 18.
Oh, okay. Yeah, roll some damage.
That's a 3.
That's a 3 damage.
Yeah.
You plonk an arrow on one of these guys. Now you can roll initiative because he's pissed off.
All right, so remind me, I forgot the dices that we used.
It'd be a D4 for ranged weapons, a D8 for melee, D12 for spells, D6 for anything else. Yeah.
All right.
And lower numbers are better.
I got a question. Is there anything on this roof that we can throw down at them?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So that's what I'll be doing, I guess. Count it as a medium?
Yeah. Count it as like D6. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. All right.
You can narrate what it is. I really don't care. There's got to be plenty of stuff on that roof to throw at them.
Okay. All right.
But you rolled a 1?
Yep.
Oh, and nice. So did the Thark, but you, of course, being a player character, get to go first. Anybody else on a 1 or no?
I'm on a 1.
Holy crap!
And I didn't roll for Thuvian, which I'm looking at me and him coming up the rear guard and being the last one onto the roof and kind of holding that.
Yeah, go ahead, roll for Thuvian. Why don't you?
You got an 8.
Okay, Thuvian's a little freaked out right here.
Yeah.
So who's got the higher dexterity of the two of you?
I've got a 10.
I got a 13.
Oh, okay. Well, then go ahead.
All right. Swing my sword and hey, 18.
Woo. Oh, roll damage.
Plus, all right. It was D8 for a sword, right?
Yeah.
D8 plus your strength mod.
Okay. That is a 6.
Okay. You've whacked him with your sword, but he still looks pretty pissed off.
Oh,
and not dead. And now, Jasimba, you're up on the roof.
Yes. I'm thinking that there is a coop of some sort for some sort of
six-legged
chicken.
Yes, the six-legged animal. Oh, yes.
Yes. So there's coops on the roof. So I grab one of them. They're probably the size of a crate, but they're a small crate, but they're light.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna throw that at the Thark.
The one on the stairs, or the ones below?
The one on the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah. And I roll a 10.
You roll a 10. Okay.
That's a good idea, though. It should trip them up or something on the stairs, hopefully.
Well, if he falls down.
You whack the Thark, but it this clearly does not damage him because of his armor. However, the coop burst open. Six-legged chicken creatures are flapping all over the place, causing quite a bit of mayhem. The Tharks below, one of them has actually grabbed one of these chicken creatures and is beginning to eat the chicken creature. Seemingly no longer interested in the humans.
Nice.
Well, you have infuriated this Thark quite a bit. At this point. This point, it is the Thark's turn.
Wait, he's on 2? Because I'm on 2.
One still.
He's on a 1.
Oh, he's on a 1
also.
also. Oh.
1. I just decided you guys killed. All right. The Thark has rolled a 20 attacking Thane. Let's see if he confirms the armor class. He does not. So this is not a critical hit because he could have killed you right there and then and there.
Yeah. Gee whiz.
How are you doing that again? Can you just go over that? For an instant kill? I know
Yeah,
I
like 30, right? So if he hits a 20, he'll roll again and he has to hit the armor class to confirm the crit.
Right on the armor class?
Exactly.
Or at least over.
Yeah, right on the armor class, yeah.
Right.
Kind of get, yeah, basic, what do you call it? Sort of thing. All right. That is 7 points of damage, Thane. This guy has just whacked you
my God.
with a club.
Okay.
Kind of, a mace sort of thing.
Really?
He has just popped you. The other Tharks at this particular point are not doing too much of anything. A couple of them are like grabbing like some bigger looking rocks to like toss. One is eating a chicken, a hextech chicken. Okay. And now we're on 2.
All right, so Bran moves up next to Thane and slices at the Thark with his own sword. Oh, that's not good. That's a 4 + 5, 9. I have very highly done. Yeah.
That is a 9. That is a miss.
All right.
And let's see who is on 8. Anyone at 8?
That's Thuvian. Yes.
Oh, that's right.
All right. Oh my God, help me! It's 5. Total.
Okay, next round, Eloy is going to be running Thuvian What's it's a good time to split. So Eloy, what do you?
Yeah.
What is our wizard doing?
Yeah, I think he hears the commotion and runs to ask Asper what's going on. What is that strange noise? And,
so it's Darks have obviously gotten within the city. It's like, we must go into the basement. We must go into the basement. And lots of people are clamoring already to go into the basement of the house.
But what of our men? So I'll go over and lean by the window to see if I can see them. I doubt it because they left some time ago. But I'll try and get a look around. If I can't spot them, then I guess I'd go in the basement.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Roll me a d6, odds evens. Just tell me.
1.
1.
Yes.
You look around. You're just looking all over the landscape that you can see, and then all of a sudden, you see a guy like on a roof, and he picks up this coop, and he tosses it off the roof, and it's they kind of burst apart, and you get like you can't really see what he's just throwing it at, but you see extra chickens flapping all over the place, and then like that's Jasimba. What's he doing up on a roof? He's several buildings away, but you can just kind of see him. You think he might have actually gone mad.
Are they really far away? Like
A couple of buildings, just like one of the taller buildings in the area. He's kind of poking above the others.
I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna try and find them.
Okay, anyhow, let's return back to our and so once again, let us roll some initiative.
Now,
anybody
Eloy wants to run Thuvi, and he can.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh sure. So let me roll an initiative for Studian. Yeah.
Now he has a great axe, so that's well.
Oh, leave those
D8.
Here's my D8. I got a 2.
All right. Anybody on a 1? No. All right. Well then, 2. 2 is Tharks and Thuvian.
I got 2.
Oh, you got to do 2 as well. All right.
Yep.
Let's see. Thuvian actually has a better dexterity. Thuvian, what is he doing?
They're coming up the stairs to the roof, and they can only come in one at a time.
At this point, yes.
At this point, yes. And one just whacked Thane.
For quite a bit.
Yeah. Thane definitely looks injured.
So yeah, so I guess I'm gonna try and hit that guy to maybe get him to block the stairs, and yeah, that's what I'll do.
He got a +2 and a straight +3.
14 plus 3, you said?
Well, that's a hit. That's a hit.
Well, you got the attack bonus is +2 as well.
Oh, nice. So it's 16.
That's a hit. Thuvian has an 18 strength.
Oh, nice.
Ridiculously strong.
Yeah, I rolled that 3-6 straight down too. Believe that or not.
7 wisdom.
What's the damage on the
D8, right?
Yeah, D8 +3.
Plus 3. So that would be 7 hits.
Right. Yeah.
7
So
hits.
how does the Thark die?
Oh, nice. So I think it just smacked Thane. So while the thing is got its back turned to it, he raises the great axe and just cleaves him maybe like on the shoulder and at the base of the neck like this. So it kind of like punches the clavicles and hits a major artery, and the thing just collapses on the stairs. Right.
Yeah. Flailing arms.
Huge death rattle. Yep.
All right, and Jasimba.
All right. Well, seeing as the others seem to have the martial things kind of the martial aspect of the encounter covered, I'm looking for a avenue of escape. So is there a another nearby building that's maybe connected by a causeway, or is there a clothesline across to another building? Or is another building close enough to jump if we need to?
There's one that would be pretty tough to jump, but you could do it. You get a running start and jump, and there is, in fact, a clothesline as well. Not really sure that would really support a man, but.
All right. Yep. Okay. Well, I'm going to run over there just to get a look at really how far down it is.
Okay. Well, you're about 2.5 stories up, almost 3 stories up. Is a taller building.
Okay.
You have one more.
Just a minute, guys. I gotta take care of my son here. Hold on.
Will the guy with the 10 dexterity try to jump from one building to the other?
Dun, dun, dun.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, we picked a roof where they couldn't have another, reach us easier from another direction, right? Otherwise, it would have been defeating the purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's cover one stair and let the other one undefended.
What will happen?
Yeah. When he picked up those chickens, I was imagining Legend of Zelda. Chickens everywhere. Attacking those Starks.
That's right. Hexa chickens.
Yes,
So-
and the Hexa chickens, do they have 2 sets of wings or do they have
Oh, they have
sets of legs?
two sets of wings and 6 legs. They're amazing little animals.
And 6 legs? Wow.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I draw one here.
It's just like a bucket of wings, like
Oh my
No,
god.
6. I'm sorry, 6 wings, 6 legs. They're just bizarre, like reptilian.
6 wings, 6. Oh my.
Yeah, they're
it's
phenomenal.
a family meal.
It is.
Pretty much.
Oh,
People don't have to fight over the drumsticks or the wings.
not at all.
Right. So I mean, looking at this, it's far enough down that this would really hurt if you fell. You're looking
Okay.
at if you got a running start, you might be able to jump from one building to the next, but the next building is shorter. So you're thinking, I guess this could hurt.
All right.
You also the clothesline. You're looking at it as like once again, it's like you could probably use it to swing, but you're not really sure
Where I'd wind up.
where you wind up. The oddest thing though is you see this gray-bearded, kind of frail-looking guy running your way. And you're like, wow, that's Saratsuni's house. We were almost there. Son of a gun.
Running?
And yeah, it's like
Running.
that's Parthalion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, anything else you want to do on your turn of initiative?
Yeah, I'm going to try and warn him off of coming towards the base of the building because of the Tharks that are down there.
Are you simply doing sign language, or are you yelling?
I'm yelling at him. Yes, I'm yelling. Okay.
All right.
So, Master Parthalia, not that way, not that way. Very dangerous.
Let's see. Do they notice Parthalion?
Oh, unfortunate.
Not yet. No. Very
Nice.
stupid one.
All right, all right.
But one's looking up. Looking up at you.
All right. So that's all I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay, it is their turn. The Tharks at this point, it's the body of their friend is kind of blocking a stairway, so they are choking rocks at you guys.
Best thing to do.
Okay, these rocks miss. What kind of armor? I'm just trying to think if anybody has a really terrible armor class. Oh, and let's see. Well, good news and bad news. Let's see. Wait. Yoshimba's just taken 3 hit points from a rock that whacked him in the shoulder. From the Thark. Everybody else got missed. I'm sorry. So the Thark sees you looking around for who you're talking to, and then finally chucks a rock in your direction.
Past you. All right.
Your mojo has been somewhat disturbed.
Yes.
Okay, anybody at 3?
Me.
Oh, go ahead.
Since they're right now, there's none in melee range, right?
You could, of course, step over the body of this first one and get in the melee range. That's not a problem.
No, we're gonna make him work for it. So I'm gonna take the -2 penalty for switching weapons and shoot at one at the closest one, at the one who would come up these stairs next. And that's a total of 14 to hit with the penalty.
Okay, that should hit this guy. Let me just double check. I knew their armor class was right around there. I believe that is a hit. Yes, that is a hit.
5 hits.
Nice.
Okay. You have hit him with an arrow.
That's right.
He looks pissed off.
Nice.
Let's see. Anybody? What are we on? 4 or 5? Did we miss anybody?
Where's
I'm at
Thane?
I'm at a 6, right? Things at 6.
You're at 6. Okay, yeah. There we go.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna change weapons too. Since they're obviously coming up the stairwell, I've got a sling and bullets. I'm taking a -2 penalty on that. That would be a D4, right? For damage?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Okay, that was 11.
Oh, okay. It sails right over his head.
Okay.
Okay, we're back in initiative, and of course, Parthalion can roll as well.
Yes. All right. Okay, before I roll, what do I see? I mean, I know there's 6. By last count, there should be like 6 Tharks alive. Are they inside the house? Are they outside the house? Do I see them? How many do I see?
So what you're able to see at this point, you see Jasimba like going like this. No. You see one Thark has kind of circled around the building to like see where he is. The rest of the Tharks you really don't see that well. You can see there's at least one kind of around the corner. One has just winged a rocket at Jasimba and whacked him. And you're not really certain how many more there are.
But I really only see one then.
Yeah, you can see part of another one, so you know there's at least 2.
It's at least 2. Well, if I see at least 2, then I'm gonna try and cast a spell.
Okay.
Roll a d12.
Alrighty. Meantime, the Tharks are on a 2 again. They're really good at initiative. The 3. Somebody's on a 1. Look at that. And what about Thane and Thuvian? Where are our friends?
Oh, Thuvian.
Thane's at a 3, and you still playing Thuvian?
4. If you want, yeah.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Well then, what does Bran do?
Shoots another arrow at the same dude, and that's a natural 20.
Oh, okay. Roll again.
That is a 13 plus 4, 17.
Oh.
See, this Bab thing is much handier than the Thaco.
Okay. Let's see. Let's have him roll a saving throw versus death. Okay, so how does he die?
This is an arrow right in the middle of its face. It just punches through the chitin and just goes, all the way through. Fletchings right here.
Oh, my God.
So he dies looking at the fletchings.
Right. All right. They make a morale check with easily.
Oh shit.
Sorry, man. These things have better morale than Street Ruffians.
I imagine.
All right. The Tharks are up. I'm assuming that Jasimba might have backed away a little bit from the where the roof was.
Hell yeah.
Okay. just saying. I figured this guy out, so perhaps he wasn't just standing there quite in the way. So really, they're actually going to be throwing rocks at Thuvian and Thane and Bran. Oh, ooh, that is a natural 20 against Thuvian.
Oh.
That is another 20. Thuvian makes to make a saving throw versus death. Who wants to make it for him?
Elo can do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm playing it safe.
Go ahead, saving throw versus death there, Lloyd.
For Thuvian, yeah. For a minute there, I thought it was, oh my God, I thought it was like Thane, and it's like, okay, it's a poor Dell, man, it's a short night, and then it's like, oh, it's me, hang on. Uh-oh. 5 is not good.
Ooh, damn it.
Love that rule.
You've never seen a man's head come apart like this.
Oh.
Just blows his skull apart.
Uh-oh.
Just when he almost reached level 2. It's so close.
Now let's see if they hit Thane.
Sorry, Dell.
That is an 8. Okay, so
Shoot.
No, that is only an 8. But let's see what kind of attack bonus do they have. Okay, an 11 does not hit you, I believe. And last one would be Bran, and that is okay. That hits. And Bren gets hit for 5 points of damage with a large rock. But it does not crush his head.
All right.
Well, the instant kill rule is kind of brutal, isn't it?
Oh, I like it.
He likes it.
So Thilvian's brains are just spattered all over the other guys on the rooftop.
All over Joseph.
It doesn't matter what level you are. You can always be, one shot killed. Right?
Yeah.
Great. It's great. That lucky shot.
He's a cheerleader for one shot kill.
Wasn't my character.
He's not a fan of the players.
Wasn't the guy I rolled the 18 strength for. Anyhow.
That's right.
Oh man, that's right. Yeah, he just wasted an 18 string.
Anyhow,
that's the game.
Okay, who's on a 3?
That'd be.
I am. Oh, they can go first. Yep.
Okay. Still with sling.
It's like wearing.
Oh,
the
you would
gore
not
of your
believe.
brother in arms. Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay.
Oh my God.
It's +1, so it's 21. And
Okay. Just roll again. See if you get it again. If you get this armor class.
okay. 12.
12 altogether.
Well, I mean 12 plus 3 is 15.
Okay.
Oh.
No. The dark will make a saving throw versus death and fails.
Yes.
So how does this dark die?
Yes. Instant
Okay.
payback.
Just like Juvian, right?
Just like this. Yeah. What is it? Goliath. Yeah. Whenever I swing it out, it comes out. The bullet does and smacks him in the temple.
Yeah.
And you see the blood just squirt out like that, and he just goes prone and falls off the stairs and hits the ground.
Phenomenal.
Well,
Okay.
he
Who else
gets
is on a
to
3?
Thuvian.
Or who else is on it?
That's when I go. All right.
What number is this? 3, 4?
3. Yeah, 3.
Three.
Okay, so Thane's just taken out a Tharp, so there's been a couple of Tharps killed. Thuvian's been killed, and Bran's been hit.
Yeah.
How many we got left on the roof with us?
Thane, two things in a rough position. You see him bleeding all over.
There's three people on the roof that are alive.
Okay.
And 3 Tarks on the stairs.
Yeah.
Is there a...
He wants to know who to side with.
I'm thinking.
I think he's figured out your character, hasn't he?
I call to the others. Now is the time to make our escape from here. And I'm going to. Gosh, I'm going to make a run for it.
Okay. All right.
Actually, wait. There goes back to my one question though. How many Tharps are?
3 left.
Three are still alive. 3 are still alive.
3 to do. Okay, I like those odds.
Excellent.
I
I
guess.
thought it was 4.
Yeah. Okay. 3. All right. Okay. Is there another item I could throw on around here?
Oh, there's a couple more coops. You only threw one of them.
Oh, well, I'll throw another coop.
Are you gonna throw it at the Thark that threw the rock at you? That's kind of on the other side of the building, or you throw it at one of the 2 Tharks that are still
No, the
on
one
the busy side.
on the busy side.
Okay, sure.
Wait, the other one's on the other side of the building going towards Parthalion, isn't he?
Right. Yeah. There's one that he hasn't noticed.
That's the one I'm going to drop it on. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that tossed a rock at you. That bastard.
Yeah.
Right. I understand.
Got it now. 7. No.
7. Well, the coop does smash at the feet of this Thark.
Mm-hmm.
Does get his attention.
Okay, great.
He does not seem to be hungry for Hexa chicken, but he looks back up, and he grabs one of the Hexa chickens, and he looks at you. Anyhow, hey, who's on 4?
On 4, Thuvian's headless body twitches a bit.
All right. Anybody on 5?
On 5 is Parthalion.
All right.
So I still see two Tharks, right?
2 Tharks, yeah. You see.
All right. So I draw from my satchel that I carry. I draw a device that contains like some tuning forks and like a cone on front, and I start tinkling with it, trying to make sure that I hit the correct resonant frequency to interfere with the Thark's nervous system and see if I can put him to sleep. So
Okay.
I am casting a sleep spell. And if they are 4+1 hit dice or less, they should be affected. If not,
they will be.
Yeah.
How many hit dice of creatures does this thing put to sleep?
I believe I do. 2d8.
2d8 hit dice. Is that it? Okay.
You want to roll it? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
11 hit dice.
Oh.
11 hit dice. Okay.
It starts from the weakest to the highest.
All right, then. You from the weakest to the highest, and you're targeting the Tharks, aren't you?
Yes.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Unless he also has had to switch ties with Jasimba. These wizards.
All right, you're actually able to drop the Tharks. You actually drop a couple Hexel chickens as well. The only thing is, though, you only drop the 2 Tharks that you saw.
Yeah.
So, from your standpoint, from Jasimba's standpoint, he sees the Thark that had the Hexen chicken in his hand, just like collapse, as well as the Hexen chicken. Bunch of other Hexen chickens around that Thark that are all just flopping around. Just all slap.
I'm thinking this makes like a subsonic sound, like kind of deal,
Everybody else can see the 2 Tharks that are left, that are attacking you from the railing. One of them goes down. The other one, we're gonna make him make a morale check here. And I gotta stop rolling dice on this table that has a back here. No back. He is actually all right. He's made his morale check.
Oof. All righty.
But he's like just freaking out. And you can roll initiative. Thark's on a 4. Thark has rolled badly this time. Okay, you're on a 1. Anybody? Oh, a 2.
3.
Okay, I won't ask what Thuvian has.
Thuvian has.
Thuvian.
He goes last this round.
Thuvian always goes last.
Or first.
Yeah. All right, Branson, what do we do here?
Another shot, and this time I roll a 15.
Okay, that hits.
4 hits.
Okay. It's not dead.
Yeah.
All right, who's on a 2? Was Jasimba on a 2?
I was on a 3.
Oh, you're on a 3. Okay. 3?
I'm on a 3 as well. There it is.
Okay.
All right.
Good, David.
Nice.
All right. They's got another bullet swinging in the air, and he yells, "Cyrus, where's your damn cannon?" And he rolls a 10.
A 10.
No, excuse me, 11. Yeah, 11. But
okay, this misses.
yeah.
You realize that like Cyrus is gone.
All right.
Anybody on a 4?
Wait a minute.
He's got a 3 still.
Oh yeah, 3.
I got 3 still. Is there a trap door leading down off of this roof?
As a matter of fact, there is.
Okay, I will make my way towards it and get it open if things go for a shit.
Okay. The trapdoor is opening into this house quite easily.
Okay. So I'll just kind of put one foot down, just in case, and watch and see how things go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, 4. All right, the Thark takes the mace that he has and just like tosses that. But who does he toss it at? He might toss it at Bran. He might toss it at okay, so and it's a 4. It sails over both your heads.
All right.
Yes. Good.
We duck under it.
Yeah.
He doesn't miss. We dodge.
Of course, you're professionals. You're professionals.
I don't buy this. You missed. No, the other guy parried.
And Barthalion, what have you been doing?
Barthalion, he stows away the item once he sees that the Tharks have collapsed, but he just stands there and tries to assess the situation, see what's going on, because he dropped 2 and he can see some of the commotion up there, but he's just looking around the street and looking at the house, making sure he's everything's okay.
The commotion's still going on. Like there's something else going on with your friends. So that you probably did not drop everything. You can also see kind of maybe 300 or 400 yards away, some about 10-foot tall Thark get hit by a beam of red light and kind of blow apart.
Oh, damn.
So I'll yell at the top of my lungs, "Get out of there quickly!"
Really? Okay. Well, roll for initiative, kids.
Okay.
All right. Okay, we'll roll for the Thark now. Oh, and the Thark's on a 1.
Oh, no.
Anybody else on a 1?
Nope.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. The Thark's on a 1. You hear, my God, that's Master Perthalion's voice. And the Thark's head spins around.
Uh-oh.
And starts running towards the back of the building. And sees Master Parthalion.
Uh-oh.
And he's going to try to grab you.
Oh, wow.
So I need you to make an opposed roll with a Thark.
This is going to turn out well.
This is D20. D20 plus your
Plus
that
my
I
strength?
forget. No, plus that. Man,
Dexterity?
that thing with the dexterity and the strength all together and the attack bonus all together.
The OCR.
The OCR, yeah, the mechanic I invented, which I can't remember. The name of.
I have a magnificent OCR score.
Jason would be laughing at you right now.
Oh yeah, he'd be busting my. I've been using it for years, and I couldn't remember. I've used it on almost every game, and I'm like, huh, what? The what? All right, guys.
I have a magnificent -1 to my OCR, so we'll see how
okay.
this goes.
Yeah.
14 is not a bad number.
It is not because the Thark actually managed to roll a total of 6.
Oh yes!
Nice.
So all four arms are attempting to grab you, but apparently you backpedal.
It's like a greased pig.
Oh, nice.
No, that's more like a greased pig. It kind of you're squeezing through all the arms, and this thing is trying to grab you. All right, everybody else is seeing this happen. Anybody on a 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. Thane too.
And me too, yeah.
All right, what are you guys doing? Are you shooting into melee?
What's the penalty? Is there a penalty, or is there a chance to hit this guy?
There's a chance to hit him. I tell you that, because as he's wiggling around like a greased pig.
I understand that, but how does it work? It's if I hit, you roll randomly to see who I hit, or if I miss him.
I'm looking here because I haven't used that rule in this game in a long time, so I'm just kind of double.
If you miss, there's a 50% chance you're going to hit an ally.
Yeah,
the Thark's bigger, I suppose, maybe.
It is. I can make it a slight chance. It's a little bit easier to hit the Thark, but Yeah. Fire into melee. Okay, you haven't taken a full round to aim. But let's see. This is page 59 rather. So equal chance. I'll tell you what. Because the Thark is bigger, I just say it's 2 out of 3 that you hit the Thark. And only 1 out of 3. So a 1 through 4, you actually hit the Thark, and then only on a 5 or a 6 where you actually accidentally hit Barthalion. That's okay.
Yeah, so it's regardless of what I roll on my D20, it's random who I hit. Okay.
Right.
So no, I guess Bran's gonna have to like rush down the stairs, drawing his sword.
Okay, and it's gonna take you around to do that.
Yeah.
All right. What about Thane?
Okay.
The mighty giant killer.
Thane is making noise, as much noise as possible. Is there any more chicken coops around?
There is one more chicken coop.
All right. And Thane's grabbing that to throw it down, not to hit the Thark, but to get his attention, like landing right behind him or so.
Landing right behind. Okay, well, let's see. Well, then, You want to land it right behind him? I'd say, gosh, there's only like a 1 in 8 chance you might accidentally hit Parthalion doing that.
All right.
You might actually even hit the Thark. You never know.
Yeah. All right.
What can go wrong?
Who knows? $16 total.
16 total. Okay, well, let's see. Roll a d8 and just don't roll an 8.
3.
Okay. It lands behind the Thark.
All right.
Burst open. Hexa chickens are everywhere.
Okay. Well, I'm pleased that Thane has finally sought to use my strategy methods. But since Bran's headed down the stairs, then I will follow him as he's leading the way and keeping things safe.
Towards the Thark. Okay. Right
in that area.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Roll initiative then, guys. I believe that's our round is over.
Oh yes.
The Thark is on a 6. They must be disoriented by all these Hexa chickens.
Yeah.
Anybody out of 1? 2?
On a D8 2. Yeah, I'm on a 1.
Oh, you're on 1. Okay.
All right. So Bran, as you know, he sees the Thark trying to grab Parthalion. He runs and then he sprints. He jumps over the chickens and hacks at the damn thing.
Okay.
Uh,
And we're gonna say you're attacking from behind. You're gonna give you a +2 to this because it's really
outstanding, because that would make a total of 19 on my dice.
Oh, yes.
Okay, roll some damage.
Come on. Yes, that's 10 hits.
Oh, yeah.
10 hits. Oh, you hit this thing pretty squarely. It is not dead. It is not dead, but you've hit it pretty badly. All right, who's on the 2?
Parthalion's on the 2.
Parthalion's on the 2. Okay, what are you doing?
But Parthalion has a really bad initiative here, so dexterity. So
Well, Thane's got a 9, so you might have better than that.
I got a 7. So.
Oh well.
That's okay. Initiative is just initiative. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get away from the thing, right?
So you're just going for the running.
The opportunity, yeah.
Okay. You're able to get some distance. Anybody on 3, 4?
Well,
Thane was
Thane
still
will
on
go.
2.
What did Del do? Yeah.
Thane's still on 2, yeah.
Thane hadn't did anything yet, but once he sees you break away, I've got another sling that I'll let loose.
Okay.
Right.
You know you can hit me,
Fire
right?
into melee.
Bran's in melee.
Yeah, he's right, but I didn't. Yeah. Thane's only got like a 2 intelligence. That's 19. That's 19.
That's a 19. Okay, well, let's see. Odds you hit the Thark, and evens you hit Bran.
Oh boy. Friendly fire. Ain't no such thing.
It's odds.
Okay, you hit the Thark.
Oh, shit.
roll some damage.
All right. It's 5.
That's 5. Oh, you take it right down.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
All right. The back of the head.
Excellent. And just Simple will run up and kick it in the head once it's dead.
Well, I know Brad, he would have dug in to be pulling out his axe, and then that would have whizzed right past his head and hit the back of the other, the Thark, making it tumble over.
What are you doing with the slumbering Tharks?
Brad's going to be like,
So you've got 2 sleeping Tharks. You've got 4 dead Tharks. You hear
Those sirens?
more sounds of
Are those
battle.
sirens?
Sirens are still going. Sirens are still going. The shots seem to be like slowing down a little bit. You can see more and more militia showing up.
Yeah.
A lot of fire.
Bran would basically grab Parthalion by the elbow and say, "Come on, Greybeard. We must get back to safety. What the hell are you doing here?
Came to find you.
Move it."
Yes.
Well, wait for me. Wait for me. I'm coming.
Okay. Thane's starting to go downstairs, and I reach over and I reach into Thuvian's pocket where he kept his money and fishing out the money before I go downstairs.
Okay. Are you? Was he carrying the item?
Yes, he was carrying the item, and I'll grab that too.
The heavy sack. Okay. You loot his body. Okay, excellent.
I loot his body and get
Harsh term.
The sack with the item is not the most pleasant item you've ever had to carry. There's chunks of hair and skull and gray matter and blood.
Yeah.
Not the nicest thing, but you've got it.
All right. All right. I'm hoofing it down the stairs, and I'm trying to catch up with him and head back to the Srosny's house.
Yeah, you're able to get back to the house pretty easily.
Okay.
Nobody's visible. Everybody appears to be in the cellar.
Okay. If I'm obviously the last one coming in, so I bar the door and lock it.
Well, if it was open.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we barred it when we got there.
Sounds of bad unless you guys really want to do it. That was going on for about another hour and a half, and then it appears to finally calm down. And it seems as though the militia has repelled some kind of breach. But Thark attacks just don't really happen. Yeah, there's a Thark attack. It's Thark week.
It's Thark. At least it wasn't a Tharknado.
No Stormy Daniels jokes.
Yeah, please.
Well, I'm going to Jasimba's going to just relay that I believe the turning point was when I threw that coop down upon the Thark that was chasing after you, Master Parthalion, and I believe he fainted, and the other he was so frightened by it, although I missed it, he fainted right there and then. And the other Hexa chickens all died from the fall. That's what it looked like from where I was standing.
Okay.
No need to thank me. No need.
They walked past him and rolls his eyes. And Arius, where's Arius at? Does anyone see? Where's everyone at?
Arius went home to see his family, I believe.
Went home? Does the idiot not know that?
Well,
okay.
He was waiting for his money, but he must have gotten caught in the Thark assault on the street.
Okay. Thane swings and offloads his luggage and onto the table. I got the node. I got the node before I left. Off Thuvian. So this is catastrophic. Where are they at? Are they? You said they're in the basement?
Yes.
All right.
For one, I'm waiting for Master Asper and ask him a few questions about these attacks.
Indeed. Strange indeed.
If you had listened to me and we'd ran with the women and children, Thuvian would still be alive.
We did run.
But you didn't run where the women and the children were running. You wanted to go to the high ground.
Well, we wanted to come here, but we were blocked.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
The women and the children. So where were they running to? Because Arius, he was going to see his wife.
That I suppose. But they obviously knew where to run to. We didn't. You see? And so we found ourselves up in the open on a rooftop. Luckily Luckily, we did have a way to get down, other than just trying to jump across a building. So maybe next time, Brand, we will go to ground, go to a safe area, rather than make ourselves a sitting target.
We went to a safe area. We held them so we could fight them one at a time.
But did we? We lost Thuvian because of your poor choice.
Thuvian died in battle. What more could he ask for?
He wouldn't understand.
Be alive. Oh, well.
He wouldn't understand. I'll have to notify his wife, or if we get back to sanity, perhaps he won't be dead.
Thane, where we came from, you were a city guard, right?
Yes.
Did you ever face a Thark attack like that?
No. Not during the year I served, but that is highly unusual.
Yeah, that's something Anthony took care of for the most part. Actual encounters with Tharks around the city almost never happened.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The Anther, they wouldn't come in because the Anther kept them at bay. But since obviously the Anther are no longer the threat they were, the Tharks will replace them as far as the newest threat to the city.
Yeah. As a Lancan, you've encountered Tharks before, but even then.
Yeah, but they were on the outskirts. They didn't come in this deep.
Not that numerous.
Yes. This is unheard of.
And but how frequent are these attacks is the other question. Perhaps Master Asper can tell us, is this a rare occurrence, or is it...
I'll go let him know. He's in the basement. You say, I'll tell him it's okay to come out.
Yes.
If Thane turns around and goes find the basement and lets him know.
Asper and the rest of the servants are actually happy to come out of the basement area, which you see is actually quite large, and it's obviously connected to a much larger underground network. As you go down there, this seems to extend beyond the house.
Okay. No, when Thane's down there, when he gets down there, he kind of looks off. He has a little bit of a flashback.
Oh, yes, you do.
Okay. So he becomes a little bit more tense and looking down there, and then tell him to come up, and reluctantly goes up the stairs without looking back too much.
Yeah, you do see one of those doors looks very familiar to the door that seems to connect to another area that's beyond the house. That's bolted, but
Asper, this continues on in tunnels. Is that where that door goes?
Yes. You knew. Why wouldn't you not know that? Those warrens and catacombs have been down there for ages. It is one of the only safe refuges for the architects.
I was never in that much into architects. Or with the guard that we would go down there. It's always been a curiosity to me. Is all. So let us go back up. The Thark attack has been repelled, and Master Parthalion wishes to see you.
Good. And one of the other servants, as they're coming out, says, "We should ask for help from the Azi." And instantly, Asper turns around and is like, "Hold your tongue. That's ridiculous. You don't need any more of that."
Okay. Thane raises an eyebrow at that, but
the Azi would be able to help us with this. They have helped in the past. And the two of them just kind of stare each other down for a second.
Okay. Thane raises an eyebrow, but he doesn't say anything, just ushers them. We can discuss this upstairs. Let's go. Okay. So we get back to the chambers. And I make sure when we shut the door that it's locked, if there is any lock on it. Door. Yeah.
Right on.
So, Right.
Did you happen to bring any wine up from the cellar while you were there, Thane?
No, but I brought these pickles, and I set a jar down on the table and slide them over to him.
Mm.
Your friends seem to enjoy them.
Oh, pickled onions.
Pickled onions, yes.
Don't mind if I do.
Quite a delicacy, I hear.
Mm-hmm.
A bit better than the sawgrass bread, in my opinion.
I never tried any of that myself. Too disgusting. But I'll be chopping away on the onions. Really.
Thane walks over to the window and looks out to see outside what kind of commotion it is and what's going on, and to keep an eye in case he may glance Pytor walking about in the street.
Really,
Okay.
Pytor.
Yeah.
Actually, oddly enough, you do see young Pytor and a few other guardmen, city guards, people that you recognize. They're mostly grabbing bodies of Tharks and bodies of the slain guards, people, and villagers. They're like putting them in carts. Some of these carts they're actually being drawn by beasts of burden. Some are actually hovering, which not something you've ever seen before.
Okay.
A lot more sorcery in this city now.
Yeah. When I see this, I turn around to Brand, and I'm assuming that Asper's engaged with Barthalion and Josimba discussing whatever. But Brand, I see Pythor. You remember that young whelp that came over, and a couple of other guardsmen that I recognize. Maybe I can get some information from them. I'm going to step out for a while.
Mm.
And I go toward the door and open it and walk out.
Bye.
So Pythor and another guardsman are busy actually lifting a headless body onto one of the floating carts. It looks rather familiar, actually. His clothes look really familiar.
Okay. Thane looks at it and kind of, feigns that he doesn't know, but you can tell a little recognition passes his faces, but he regains his composure and says, Pythor, isn't it?
Pythor turns around for a second. His eyes get like saucers. He's like, pulls out this freaking thing. He's like, stay right there.
He literally looks like he's seen a ghost.
He sure does. He looks as though he's seen a ghost.
Okay.
When
you say pulls out one thing, what? He says, excuse me.
Yeah, the other guy, the body's going to drop. The other guy drops the rest of and so Thuvian's body like rolls, but once again off the cart, lands, on what used to be its head.
Oh, jeez.
Weekend
I
at
know.
Thuvian's.
Calm down, Pythor. It's this. You're not seeing a ghost. This is me.
What?
You look as you see the ghost. It is I, the flesh.
No. You died over 6 months ago.
No,
In one of the last Stark attacks. I know. I helped put your body in one of these carts and bring it to the temple for disposal.
Did you not know that I have a twin? He was in the military as well. My twin brother.
You were standing right next to me.
Yes, he was standing right next to you. He covered my spot while I had a mission to undergo.
Let's see how his reaction roll goes here. And a substantial negative. It's not going well. This kid is freaking out.
My friend,
Don't get
I'm right
closer.
here in front of your
swear.
eyes.
I swear.
Do you not trust your own eyes? You can see me. Yeah, you thought I perished. I can understand that. Yes, and it's a great loss. My brother died. I sympathize with you. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that, thinking I was dead. I'm sorry, but I need to tell you, I need to let you know that I'm okay. And I want to let you know that I'm back. I'm sorry you were so confused.
Young man freaks out and yells, "Captain!" and starts bolting.
Okay. What are the other two guys doing?
One of them is looking at you, then looking back at him. He starts running as well. The other guy just starts backing up. And he's just absolutely eyes are like saucers.
I look at him, I go, I guess the truth, he cannot take it right now. But tell him I wish him well. And then I turn around and start walking away back to Srosny's house.
Oh, you're back. How did it go out there? These pickles are very good.
It could have gone better. It seems that they think I have died 6 months ago, was the report. Told them it was my brother, but he still bolted and ran off. Called for the captain. And then I lean over and look out the window again to see if there's anybody approaching.
There's several guardsmen now coming around the carts, including one guy that obviously is in the captain's uniform. He's the kids like, Pytor is like just kind of babbling at him. The guy is listening a little bit, shaking his head.
You better get to the cellar.
Yes. Well, maybe they'll think he's just under stress from the attack. So, but yes, I agree with you. I'll dip out. Y'all cover me if they come here. I'll be in the cellar for a while, and there's a thing or two I wanna look into.
Easy on the pickles.
Yes, there seems to be catacombs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, try not to open any mysterious doors until we get down there.
Nah, I'll take a look around.
God's preserve us.
Anything exits and goes downstairs for a little bit. Is it lit down there?
You can light a torch.
Yeah, I'm allowed to torch.
There's torches and sconces and stuff on the wall. It's not that hard to light up the basement area.
Okay. Well, I want to search what is being held down there too, in any kind of barrels or crates or.
Oh, it's a really nice. Looks like a nice larder.
Okay, but yeah. I want to see if what they may be holding down in that storage area that might be different from what it was comparative wise. Researching the stock basically. So I'll be doing that while they're upstairs.
Gotcha. The guards do not approach the house. There's quite a commotion. Yeah, they finally move off.
I asked Asper, like, how frequent are these raids, these attacks?
They are becoming more frequent over time. Sometimes it used to be about every year, maybe. Sometimes I think the last one was maybe 6 months ago. But they've had some back to back. They're becoming much more daring. And as you can tell, as you heard, some people want to call the Azi and ask them for more help. But it's never good when you involve them. The less time they come here, the better. They come here often enough.
Yes. Have they helped with matters like this before?
They can, but you never really want to be in their debt. We really do need to get you looked at. You've forgotten much of what Sarathnis has told you.
Yes, I have.
It is odd that you do not seem to remember the city. It's not that much different 2 years ago. What did happen to you out there?
I went on this journey. These gentlemen were kind enough to accompany me, and we found some ruins of ancient civilizations, an unknown origin, and well, as can happen with artifacts of the ancients. Something strange happened. I think our memories have changed. We don't remember things quite the same, being quite the same as they were. And
Well, that is something the master would want to hear.
Yes.
It does sound intriguing.
Yes. See, I have no recollection of the Azir. I have noticed strange technologies in the city, and things I don't recognize, and I wonder if I don't recognize the Azir and I don't recognize the technology, is it because the Azir are the source of this technology?
I do not know. Yeah, that is not something that I would understand, but we should ask Sarthasnes when he comes back. He should be back in a day or two. The council does not last that much longer.
Yes. I will be glad to see my old master, and perhaps he can shed further light upon what's going on. But for now, let us take some refreshment and some rest after all this excitement. Were you able to visit the merchant, friends?
Nah. The attack happened almost as soon as we set out. We'll have to wait for the commotion to die down and try to find him if he's still alive.
Yes.
And so is Thane still in the basement?
Thane's been walking around. He looks at the storage, the things in storage on the way back to that door, and cautiously approaches it, and listens to it, with his ear up to the door to see if he can hear anything.
You do not.
Okay. He's a little bit trepidatious of the situation, and after a little bit, 30 minutes he's down there. He don't hear anybody knocking at the door. He feels pretty safe. He goes back upstairs and rejoin them, and they're obviously wrapping up their conversation. And as I'm walking up, and is Asper still in the room? Correct.
Asper was finishing up talking to Sir Parthella, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm joining there when they were about wrapping up, and I'll say, you've got a nice cellar down there. And Asper, you had mentioned before about all the catacombs going through it. It reminds me of those old stories my mother used to scare me with about the Slee Stack. And I think it would be interesting to delve into them one day and search through them. Have you ever been down there yourself? How far did they go?
And he looks at you when you say the Slee Stack. His eyes get really wide and just kind of like makes this little symbol for a second. And you can see the Slee Stack enough if you wish, but I've been through the catacombs a bit, more as a child, but some of them just really connect some of the houses to each other, and other ones, I don't know why you'd want to go down there that much.
No, it's just interesting. Yeah, you went down there when you was a child. I never got a chance to. And they connect from house to house. Do you know where these connect?
I have not explored these much. I am much older and much less interested in such things. They are useful as a refuge during a Thark attack, but
they're fascinating to me, just the whole history about it. So, but anyway, Master Parthalion, I'll need to speak with you in a moment whenever y'all are through. Yes, a gesture toward Asper.
Yeah, Asper kind of leaves, kind of like he looks at you like kind of confusedly.
Okay.
Nothing down there but Hextra rats. Okay.
Master Parthalion, down. You know what happened at when we and it looks both ways. When we gained the item from House Thorn, there is a doorway with catacombs below the city that enters into their cellar here. into their basement area. I fear that we could be hex rats aside. If did you see his reaction with the sleeve stack when I said that? They're indeed still active.
Yes.
And they are after these nodes still. I know not if they are, but we might need to think about what to do in this situation. I would hate to be laying in bed and have an occurrence that happened at House Thorn. Excuse me, House Falcon.
Okay, so question for Ivan. Is Barthalion aware if there used to be a door down in the basement in the previous timeline?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is
It's
not
really
a new
unusual.
change. Exactly, okay. So, well, the city is riddled with these catacombs. I suppose we could request to have the door barred, or even place a guard down there if you think it's prudent. But yes, I think when this commotion dies down, you should go see Yaved and try to arrange for the sale of the item. I should be finishing up my study of the other node pretty soon, and once I have that examination concluded, then perhaps we could sell this other node as well.
It sounds good, and as soon as Arius comes back, he should have stayed here and protected you, as he was charged to do. And if he comes back, or if I see him out there, I'll send him back. But have him. We'll post him at the door in the cellar to guard there. And
I'm sorry, Thane, but your concern about the sleeve stack beyond the door. From what I overheard, Asper said that, or we can see the sleeve stack as much as we want. Is that not what he said? Something along those lines? So what's the nature of that actually mean? Are they really a threat? Or are they nullified now? We don't know the nature of how that's changed. But he said that he'd spent many times down in the catacombs, so as if it was not really a huge...
I have faced him with your friend Umanak, and all I can tell you is they seem dangerous enough to me. They are an immediate threat.
In our previous world, reality, whatever.
Previous world, reality. I do not know what is going on here.
Yes, it's quite apparent you don't. I think we should find out what...
I think none of us do.
No, I agree with you, but I don't think we should jump to the conclusion that the sleeve stack are actually a threat at the moment and that are possibly behind a door in the basement where we have to leave one man as a guard. I mean, they don't seem...
If you would have faced them, you would see the wisdom with the precaution.
But Asper didn't seem too concerned about it. So why should we?
But Asper's part of this insane reality that we're in.
It's merely a reality you're not used to yet, my friend. In time, you become used to it.
Yes, in time, but until then, we shall take precautions.
Well, and I would like to find out then more about this new reality of ours. So maybe we should try and get some more information before we go willy-nilly making decisions.
Yes. Well, there's a library in there. You make good use of it. I'm going to, after, of course, if you're still coming along to make the sale of the node that I happen to procure off of Duvian.
I think you could definitely use my
as you read.
Surely by evening time, the commotion will have died down enough. Perhaps you can catch Master Yaved at his dinner.
Yes. It is a good plan. Still, I'd rather make it quick and do it now before another impending Thark attack or whatever this craziness is in the lull in between.
Very well. I agree. And for your information, I was not running, Thane. I was trying to ascertain our retreat, if need be.
The options for retreat, yes.
That's
You
right.
handle that.
Need be.
So, what's
Yes,
the
I
plan? Are you guys planning to do with the rest of the day?
Do we want to go see Yaved?
Yes.
Well, actually,
Right,
Thane
right.
and Bran should get some rest. We are wounded.
Yeah. As Thane's talking, seems he has forgotten his wound in his side. And when he says about leaving, he gets a little lightheaded. He says, I think I need to lay down. So maybe we should take this to Yaved after I rest some.
Or I could go speak to him while you do that.
Yes, we really trust you to do that alone.
Well,
I think not.
You wound me. You wound me, sir.
You shall go speak with him if you wish, but not to carry the note.
Oh, of course not. It's far too heavy for me to be lugging around.
Yes, and if you get a satisfactory deal, we shall go there and be there for the trade.
Very well.
So until then, and then Thane kind of staggers a little bit and grabs his head from loss of blood, whatever. I must seek aid. Master Mathalion, is there a medic and a medicine man in the house? Someone to attend my wound.
I shall ask Gasper to have someone take care of your wounds or send for the physicker to deal with them.
Okay, and then Thane kind of staggers off a little bit toward his room, steadies himself on the wall, and you see him open the door and then go into his room, and it shuts, and he'll directly lay down on the bed and pass out.
And so for the evening, what will Parthalion do?
Parthalion, I think, has taken what he can from the from exploring the node. I think he'll still read as much as he can in the library, trying to get a sense for this new place, like the Azir, and to what extent this new technology is, and try to familiarize himself with it as much as he can. But what he's really hoping to do is hoping that these guys will go near evening, so that he can go by himself and deliver the node to the Slee Stacks as he's been commanded to do.
Of course. And Simba, what is he going to do as our two brave warriors sleep?
Well, they've gone to ground. Now I am left with either going to Yaved's on my own. Parthalion is up in the library. Yes, I will do that. I will see if I can get a servant escort me there.
Oh, that's easy.
No,
that's easy. And as the two mighty men, the mighty killers sleep and take their rest, as the Graybeard looks in the library and just bides his time so that he can heed the calls of his masters.
Mm-hmm.
Simba's able to walk. You're able to walk down to Javed's house pretty easily. You get really close to there, and you see a few Antha servants. With obviously like what's their master. One of the Antha all of a sudden groans and just kind of collapses to its knees, and it starts to make this horrible sound, and its head just kind of pops right off of its body.
Oh.
And everybody on the street, all the people just start backing up a little bit. One guy actually pulls out this device, which looks remarkably like the thing that Cyrus has that like shoots out the magic beam of light or whatever the heck it is. And this thing starts to crawl out of the neck of the decapitated anther. It's this black, kind of wormish-like creature. It's covered with like almost opalescent cilia. It's got this eye, and what I guess charitably could be called a head. It's this kind of like three-lobe, like burning red eye right in the middle. And it's got this mouth that looks kind of lampreyish, for lack of a better word.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing is about, let me just see, it's about 2 feet rather of this thing crawls out of the body. And just starts slithering around and starts making this like awful wailing sound. All the people are like backing up big time.
Right. I asked the servant, "What is this that I'm seeing?"
And the servant is just like frozen in terror at this point. Finally, one of the other anther approaches this creature. And the anther like kind of comes up to like almost like robotically. The creature kind of scurries up the body of this thing and just like goes right into like the mouth of the anther.
And down its throat.
Down its throat.
Okay, all right.
At that point, the anther body, like something bursts out of it, and like about 20 of like smaller versions of this thing all start coming out.
Oh my god!
Okay, flee for your lives.
And one of the other anther, like everybody's just backing up, like just frozen. One of the other anther like comes up, pulls out this like sack, and makes this sound. This is a different anther. Makes this sound like it opens up its mouth. It's making this unearthly sound, which sounds exactly like the sound this creature was making. And all the little versions of this creature all like crawl into the sack.
Those little ones?
Yeah.
The little ones came out of the headless corpse?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
the
correct.
second one.
Yeah. The large one and the large one and the little ones all came out of the headless corpse.
Got it.
One crawled into the mouth of one anther.
All right.
Got it.
The other anthers come down, put down this bag, but is making a sound identical to what the creature just made as it's opened its mouth. It's kind of like just this like horrific, inhuman sort of sound. And it takes this like bag, and all these little things just crawl into the bag, and it picks it up, and it starts walking in the direction of what looks like the temple where they're bringing all the bodies of the people that have been killed in this attack. And the other anther that has just had this thing crawl into its mouth kind of robotically turns around and starts walking that way as well. And I think we'll call it here because it's going to
Yeah.
I can't imagine the horrible sound when it crawled out of the anther was like, "Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling."
Everybody's doing the Michigan
That's it exactly. Wow.
Wow.
That was nasty. Awesome.
Nice.
All right.
Wow,
I keep on thinking of these 4 do-gooders and the 2 criminals. You've got Bran and Parthalion, who are these upright guys that want to do the right thing. In the meantime, you've got Thane and Jacinda, who are just like, man,
they'll trust each other as far as they can throw them.
But nothing gives me greater joy than to hear those 2 argue about who is and is not going to be available at a present at a negotiation.
Exactly. The concern in their voices for who's going to be.
I'm not trying to keep you from seeing Javed. I'm just, you can certainly.
Yeah.
That way.
No. I'm on that happening. I will be heading back to do that.
It's like seeing Javed has become a problem.
Honestly, I'm really not trying to prevent you from going there.
No.
It was time for that to happen.
Yeah, that's fine. That's great. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to stop the broadcast, but thanks a lot, fellas.
Yeah,